What's up, guys? This is Bo Bassett here. Over the weekend, I was able to compete on Saturday. I got a ton of wrestling in, scored a ton of points, had some fun. But I was definitely watching the wrestling over the weekend. A lot of high-level wrestling. Tulsa Nationals was going on, 15 and under, 12 and under, all the way down to, I think, like 6 and under. And thousands of kids go out there every year to compete and to win the Eagles, bring home the Eagles. And I know from experience, growing up, that was a legendary tournament that everyone would talk about. And then as I got older, I was able to go out to Tulsa myself, I believe 3 times. And I know that I brought home 3 Eagles and I think at least 2 OW awards. So I've always had good fortune there. My brothers and I, and then my teammates, we've always done pretty well out at Tulsa Nationals. And if you were able to bring home the Eagle and you were, able to achieve your goal, that's great. That's amazing. You're starting at a really great base, right? You're in a good spot. I think you should build off from that. Keep building from that. Keep getting better because I know how hard it is to win those tournaments. So my hat's off to you, but this video isn't for those people, right? This video is for the people who lost, who didn't reach their goal. Maybe they didn't even place, right? That happens. And so I know from my perspective and what I've been through, my experiences, that the tournaments that I win aren't the tournaments that I learn the most from, aren't the tournaments that I make the most jumps from, right? Those tournaments where I lose, right, don't reach my goal, I come up short, those are the tournaments that, maybe I learn the most from and I can make the most adjustments from. So I've had 2 losses in the last 3 years, right? And so the first one, right, 3 years ago was at Super 32. I bumped up. I was in 8th grade. I bumped up to high school, right? I got through a tough bracket, made the finals, right? And I lost to Knox. Knox from Jersey, amazing wrestler, stud, committed to Cornell. He's really tough. A lot of respect for him. I took that loss. That's one of the greatest matches of my wrestling career because of that loss. If I didn't take that loss, man, I don't know where I'd be. I really don't. I think that loss right there, it motivates me to this day 100%. But the motivation that I felt the next year, 2 years, was unbelievable. I had reminders all around my house. I had reminders everywhere I went. And that loss really propelled me into something that was amazing. So I was able to go on, have an unbelievable 8th grade year, right? Bumping up in the high school events, winning those. And then my freshman year was really solid for me. I was able to avenge that loss against Knox, chase them down, and got that one back. And so losses like that can really elevate your game. And then that brings me to my next loss, right? So my freshman year, man, I was on a roll, right? But it was all because of that loss, that 8th grade year. And again, I didn't lose from there until this moment, up until this past September, I believe it was, at Who's Number One, right? I wrestled Daniel Zapita, another great opponent. Again, a lot of respect for a guy like that. And I come up short. And you never want to lose. You never want to feel that way. It stinks at the moment. You're like really maybe down on yourself a little bit right at first. But then again, man, I realized that losses are what make us great, right? Losses are what can make us jump and make those jumps and really, make us our full potential and our full version of ourselves. And so after that Who's Number One loss, man, there's a Who's Number One mat actually in our room. And it just so happened that we switched buildings at the compound. There's a Who's Number One mat in our room, right? And then I take a loss there. So I feel like it was almost destiny. It was weird. Again, though, that Who's Number One loss motivates me to this day. That lit a fire like no other. You never want to lose, especially in an event like that with so many people watching. So that was big motivation for me. And again, a lot of respect to Daniel, but that was able to fuel me. A lot of fire, a lot of motivation after that. I was able to go on and win my 2nd Super 32 title, win 2 college opens, right? That's not something that you see every day. And then win my Powerade title, my Ironman title. And I've been able to have a lot of really good success since then, and it still motivates me to this day. Right? So losses are huge. Again, shout out to the guys that won out at Tulsa. You're doing a great job. Keep building from that. It really is impressive. I know how hard that tournament is. The guys that didn't reach their goals, man, it's not, the amount of jumps and motivation that you can make from this is worth way more than that Eagle. So I think that that's amazing for you guys. Use this as motivation. Use this as fire. Fuel to the fire. Let's get after it. Machine Gun Mindset. Appreciate you guys.